Hello, this is Kieran from Tactica Imperialis, bringing you another episode of A New Age. So this is basically what my plan is now, sort of a where I'm going with everything kind of a video. So, as you can see, I've got an absolute ton of stuff arranged in some sort of order. I'm going to kind of go through what my thoughts are on sort of where I'm going to branch out with the collection and things. So, basically after reading the Khorne Demonkin book, I thought of there's an arrangement of 8 separate cohorts in it, which I thought was really cool. So I'm going to try and like mirror that, but with sort of separate themes for each cohort. Now all of them are going to add up to 100 wounds at the end of it, and then well, apart from one which is going up to 50, just because I can't think of anything else to put in it, without just spamming the same thing over and over again, without it being very fluffy. So yeah, they're each going to be their own separate little thing. I've got a couple of them out here. There's some I need to basically start from scratch because I have nothing for them. But yeah, that's kind of it. I've got one completely finished and one finished, but I'm going to change some of the things in it. So yeah, we'll start with the completely finished one, which actually is the one with like the least stuff painted. So these ones are all the sort of close combat. Well, they're all close combat oriented. These are the sort of the elite infantry cohort. So it consists of 4 groups of just 8 guys. So we've got 8 chosen here, which are all converted out of the Retributors from the Age of Sigmar starter set. There's 8 Blood Warriors, 8 Skull Reapers, and 8 Wrathmongers. And then I've got a collection of 4 characters, giving me 8 units in total, which is kind of just a coincidence, really. So we've got a Deathbringer, another Deathbringer, so Exalted and Aspiring, a Wrathmong, no, Skull Reaper, no, Skull Grinder, that's it, and then the Blood Secretor. So that's kind of those guys. I'll do individual videos on each of the cohorts as a separate thing, because this video will get massively long if I do that. So they're sort of basically, I've got 3 guys in there that amp attacks, everyone else is pretty hard hitting, and just amp them as much as they can, and mulch things. The next closest to being finished is the all-mounted sort of cohort, which is now 2 Gorbeast Chariots, 3 units of 4 Skull Crushers, and then a Juggerlord. The Skull Crushers and the Juggerlord form a formation, which gives them automatic D3 mortal wounds on the charge, as opposed to 4+, as opposed to it happening on a 4+, and if anything dies, they get +3 inches to their charge rolls. I've also got a unit of 5 Chaos Knights that I'm going to swap out for another 4 Blood Crushers rather than Skull Crushers, just so everything's got a Juggernaut or a Gorbeast, which I think would be pretty cool. So that's like an all-cavalry one. I've played with sort of this a lot, but I'm going to sort of tweak it a little bit. Probably take the Knights out because the Chaos Knights are a bit naff compared to everything else. Yeah, which should be pretty cool. The next closest to being finished, I say closest to use it in a very loose sense, is the big River Warband with the War Mammoth. So what I need for this is I need to finish the War Mammoth, I need a Slaughter Priest, and then I've already got the Bloodstoker over there. So that's going to have the formation with the, I think it's 3 to 6 units of Reavers, and then the Stoker and the Slaughter Priest, which gives them immune to battle shock and things. Which should be pretty handy because Reavers are notoriously bad at running away. And then obviously there's a big War Mammoth in that, which does need a lot of work still, as it's only got 1 leg, green stuff so far. But yeah, that one's, although it's got the least extra I need to buy, it's got an awful lot of painting to be done there. So that's going to be pretty big. That one will hopefully be done by summer. Funnily enough, the one that's actually finished will probably not be done till after the other 2 I've shown you so far, just because of the way I want to do things and what I tend to play with most. The next closest to being finished, which probably won't get finished for till nearest the end in fact, is a monstrous warband. So that's going to have 5 Korgoraths, 2 Bloodstokers, a Manticore Lord, 2 Slaughter Brutes, and a Mutalith. So that's going to just be monsters everywhere, or things to sort of goad them onwards. And obviously I won't play with it a lot because it's pretty broken just bringing that, but I think it'll be quite cool in like narrative campaigns or special scenarios and things. Plus it gives me access to monsters, so I can mix and match between whatever I want. But it's a nice sort of little thematic thing with lots and lots of monsters. Another one I've got, this is the 50 wound one, just sat over here, is going to be one centred around Valkyrie the Bloody, because she's a fabulous model. So it's going to be 2 packs of 8 Flesh Hounds, so I've got 2 lots of 5 here, I need to get in a lot of them, and then 2 sets of 8 Furies. The Furies are going to take forever, because they're going to be made of Demonette bits, Ungor, and Gargoyles, to try and make them look a bit like Valkyrie with her little hooves and things and her spear and shield. So that's going to be a fairly extensive project. But it's going to be good fun. Still going to take less time than the War Mammoth. The next, I think we're on. What are we on now? 6th cohort, the one that I've got 3 models for, is going to be an all Dragon Ogre warband led by a Shaggoth. It's the only one that's going to have any sorcerers in, and they're going to be kind of Chaos Sorcerers on steeds, but they're going to be modelled to look like Dragon Ogres because they've got the same number of wounds, similar stats and things. So, and I'll have them like firing lightning, just because they work well when you've got magic support to basically call down lightning and heal them. So that's going to be 3 units of 5 of these. Each unit's going to have a separate, like a different weapon set, a Shaggoth, and then 3 Chaos Sorcerers. So that's going to take quite a while to build up, just because they're expensive. You don't get many of them for your money. But yeah, they're going to be good fun to do, I think. I do quite like them, but they're not actually as good as ogres or dragons, or any combination thereof. In fact, they're a bit naff. Then the other 2 that I've got to sort of build up are an all demon warband, which is going to be the can't remember what it's the Demon Cohort of Khorne, in fact. So it's the formation that brings 3 units of Bloodletters, a Herald of some description, a Demon Prince or Bloodthirster of some description, and then one of the other units that's still Khorne, basically. So I'm thinking of doing 3 units of 22 Bloodletters, a Demon Prince, a Herald on foot, and 3 Skull Cannons, which takes me to 100 wounds. It's going to be really easy to do now that the start collecting sets have come out, so I'm going to pick one of those up at some point, probably in the near future, because that'll help get these guys almost finished and start the other one. And then the final one's going to be a Minotaur one, which is going to be 3 units of 5 Minotaurs, I think, again, or maybe less, a Doom Bull and a Gorgon, which form the Minotaur Warband, or whatever it's called. Something War Herd, which basically makes them ridiculously good. I'm also going to bring a Cygor on top of that, just for more monsters, and then 2 Razorgore, I think, just to fill out the wound totals. So that's, this is going to take forever to do, but that's kind of where I'm going with all this. In addition to that, each of the cohorts is going to have a custom built, in most cases, Bloodthirster to lead them. So for this, for example, the cavalry one are going to have sort of a Scarbrand counts as basically mounted on a massive juggernaut. These guys are going to have like a heavily armoured Bloodthirster. The monsters are going to have a big monstery one. Reavers will probably just get a regular one. Valkyries is going to have a big javelin and shield. So yeah, I'm going to end up with 8 Bloodthirsters hopefully, when they put them back in stock as well. But I'm not going to buy one until I've finished off one of the cohorts, like, properly and fully painted and everything. So the first one I do, unfortunately, will probably be the big custom one. It's going to take forever, because I have to make a juggernaut for him. But, hey-ho. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with this. Also, as like a side note, I'm going to sort of just leave my Harlequins as they are for quite a while now, I think, and concentrate on Khorne. Because obviously all the Bloodletters and things are cross-compatible with 40k. I'm going to start playing them more when I get enough of them to bother playing them. So you'll hopefully see some bigger games from me in both Age of Sigmar and 40k. Obviously when I get back and play some games, because I can't record here. But yeah, that's sort of what's going on. So I hope you've enjoyed this sort of brief and rushed update. And yeah, I look forward to showing you the finished product of at least one cohort in the near future. So yeah, expect to see the mounted ones, these guys, they'll complain about it a lot, and then these guys somewhere down the line in the next 3 or 4 months, and then everything else will come sort of in little drips after that. So yeah, that's it from me, and yeah, Any comments would be appreciated. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you all again.